3, 2, 1. Command has been given. Crank him up.
Let's go. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the morning drive.
Buckle up, everybody.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The morning drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, live and on the air for this Friday, March the 10th, 2023. Mike Bagley here in Del Marvolo Studio 1D. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. We've got Sammy and Davey in Studio 134 of the Beltway Bureau in our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Friday morning, and happy end of the work week and other things to you, Triple P.
Well, good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to one and all. Yes, checkered flag on our week here on TMD, but a busy racing weekend ahead at Phoenix and all other things happening socially, professionally, sports-wise, life-wise. A lot going on. Pal.
There's a ton going on right now.
Get it.
Heading into to this weekend. I had to double check because I had about 4 calendars going on at the same time, and I almost said Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm like, no, that's next weekend. So we have to wait for that, but I got a little jammed up. I've been dealing with a lot of calendars and listen, this planner's been getting a workout, man. Adding in this, taking out that, moving around this, and it's getting quite congested over here. So just trying to keep it all straight. Not doing a very good job, by the way.
Well, the weather calendar is a little out of whack because we have about 2 inches of snow here. Got like a wintry mix last night. I was down in the city again at the United Center for the basketball tournament. You mentioned St. Patrick's Day. That's the day. Well, I shouldn't say that's the day because they dye the Chicago River green, but they're starting that process, I guess, this weekend. So there were some trucks and things already around the Chicago River there getting ready. But we got about a couple of inches of snow here. So, spring is not completely sprung here. And I guess you guys are getting a little wintry mix yourself. Is that what's happening up there?
Well, they can't really make their mind up. Yeah, kind of. We're going to get a little bit, then it's going to rain, and then it may end tomorrow as a little bit of snow, but nothing measurable. It's going to be on grassy surfaces. But we've been in this zone to where, 48 for the high, 31 for the low, and the ground isn't cold enough for anything to stick. Now, Poconos, they're going to get a little probably over the weekend, but as far as us, we just continue through our normal, not warm winter, but warm enough so we don't enjoy true winter with snow.
Yeah.
So we still haven't gotten any snow here.
Well, yeah, we haven't. I don't even know what the cumulative total is, but it's way below what we usually get here, so I'm not going to complain about that. And you're right. What we've got out there is a little mushy, kind of on the grassy surfaces kind of a thing. I think it'll melt by the time the sun comes up, although I am noticing there must be a little snow on the old dish because some of the channels aren't coming in here on the satellite dish, so hopefully Mother Nature and the sun, the sun usually takes care of that by the time I have to turn on the TV for anything of any importance. Although Michelle will be upset that she can't watch the Today Show while she has her morning breakfast. That's kind of her routine. Michelle and Buddy have the same routine. It's like Groundhog Day sometimes, right? They just get up at the same time. She has breakfast. He goes out, does his business, lays in the bed. I come up, get my coffee at the quarter break in the second hour. How you doing? Groundhog Day. That's kind of what happens around here. But it's Friday, and we're looking forward to a good weekend around here. We got some things to do. Dinner, as we mentioned, tomorrow night. Couple of odds and ends, fantasy racing preview on Sunday, and the race on Sunday afternoon. So that's the plan this weekend.
We're going to have one of those yucky weather days. It seems like our yucky weather days are resigned to Fridays. It's like, I think like 7
Same
of the
here.
last 8 have
Same
been
here. Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those cold, windy, wind-driven rain kind of days. When I get off the air, we will start preparations. I'm going to do a pot roast, and this is the easiest pot roast you'll ever do. I learned it from what's her name, Ree Drummond, not the Frontier Woman, the what is she? The
Rear
medicine woman
on the range.
You got there's the Pioneer Woman.
Pioneer Woman. That's her. Okay.
Yes. Is she the redhead lady or the blonde lady?
Yes.
The redhead. I like the redhead.
That's the Pioneer Woman.
Yeah. She's good.
So what you do is you take a Dutch oven and you put a little olive oil in there and you brown your chuck roast, and on both sides you take an onion, peel it, cut it in half. Just cut it in half. You don't have to pluck out the layers. Cut the thing in half, throw it in there. Baby carrots, throw it in there. beef broth, a little sprig of thyme, whatever like that. Put in the oven on 275 for like anywhere between 3 to 5 hours, depending on how big the roast is. Done. No muss, no fuss. Whip up some mashed potatoes. That's dinner right there tonight.
All
no
right.
kale.
Nice. Yeah, well, there might be kale involved for us. So I think
Like a good Dutch oven bag, man.
I mean, who
Stop.
doesn't?
Just
Who
stop.
doesn't?
Come on.
The one he's talking about, it sounds delightful. No doubt.
Right. Get it.
I'm going to do, there are 4 more basketball games today. I'm just going to do the first 2, the opening session. I'm going to come back. And I think Michelle and I are actually going to go to dinner tonight. Been a bit of a up and down week professionally, both for she and I, some ups and downs at work. It happens. So we thought we'd go out tonight, enjoy ourselves, and then tomorrow night go to my sister's house for dinner. So I'm just going to head down for a couple of the games this afternoon. Davey, I know your Michigan State Spartans are ready to go today. Seeing if they get what a crazy tournament the Big Ten's been. The lower seed has won 5 of the 6 games until last night when Maryland beat Minnesota. The lower seed has won, and some guy I've been tweeting it out, and some guy said this is why we like NASCAR when you have unexpected winners win races. It's the same idea. I get that. I totally get that. When the unexpected guy doesn't win, it gets a lot of business around here. I don't think it's any different than any other sport, guys. I really don't.
Is like the 9 seed though beating the 8 seed like
True.
a really that big of a deal when you also have Purdue, like you got a team, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about I care about like a 16 beating a 1, a 12 beating a 5 in the first round, but
Yeah.
like an 8 and a 9, you know what I mean? Some of that stuff is like it's whatever. It's when those long seeds though go far in the tournament, that's when it gets even more impressive to me. Ball State will not be a part of that as they were the 4 seed of the MAC tournament yesterday and then proceeded to lose by 20 points to Ohio. So yeah, dude. I mean,
Go
they were down
Bobcats.
like 23 at halftime. Yeah, that's a great showing there, Cardinals. Love it, guys.
No, you're right. All right. And then, of course, if you don't follow basketball, these are conference tournaments. Sunday, Selection Sunday, we'll find out what teams make the NCAA tournament, which starts next Thursday and Friday for the first round. March Madness next week. So I like it. And you're right, Sam. When a higher seed in a tournament, 8 and 9, I get it. But still, the Big Ten, it's been one of those years where Purdue's over here and everybody else just kind of knocks each other off, Like a year where you had the big 3 here in NASCAR, and then everybody else was sort of fighting for scraps. It's kind of how it's been in the Big Ten this year in basketball. And I'll say this, last point. Kudos to the United Center. You know how sometimes we talk about media centers at racetracks, and take good care of us when we're there. They had a nice little spread yesterday, boys, for us to both on the snack
What'd you have?
side. Well, for lunch they had these really nicely done wraps, like turkey wrap, roast beef wrap and stuff, but really good. I mean, it wasn't just like a box lunch and it was all mushy. It was really good. And then for dinner, you had like an opportunity for an assortment of things. You could do like a little bit of roast beef they had over here. You had a little chicken over here, but it was really good. I mean, it was really good food. So thank you.
You say that with such surprise in your voice.
Because a lot of times over on the media side, sometimes the vittles, as you would say, don't exactly live up to expectations across the board in all sports. But the United Center took good care of us for the last couple of days.
I covered.
I wonder what's on the menu today. I can't wait to get down there.
I covered the state finals when we were at my high school. Our girls team made it to the state finals, and we got to broadcast the game from then Conseco. Oh shoot, I don't even know. I think it was Conseco Fieldhouse. I don't know if they had gone bankrupt or
Changed
whatever
it 100 times. yeah.
Anyway, but like in the media center, we were like, oh man, NBA Stadium, like we're gonna get some good food. It was literally just like red and blue tortilla chips, and then like nacho cheese from like a thing that you just pressed a button and like cheese squirted out. And I was like, man, that's it.
Rough.
That's all we
That's
got. Like
This is the big time? Come on.
for the Indiana High School girls state basketball finals, you're giving everyone just literally just chips and cheese. Essentially, is all we got.
Chips and cheese. Well,
I hate it for you. Although, depending if you're hungry enough, that may
You'll
be
eat
just what
anything.
you need right there.
Yeah.
Well,
That's like the mid-race nacho break in Texas. They used to have the big nacho bar.
But that was good, though.
Old Ziz would get us squared away, man. Oh, that was awesome.
That
Ooh,
was good.
Man.
That was good. They would always say, like Ziz would get on the PA inside that media center, and he goes, the words you folks have been waiting for all weekend are here. The nacho bar is open. And I want to tell you something. Remember like when they would ring the dinner bell on a Three Stooges movie and they would run over the butler? That's what that was like. Woo, 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 woo.
It looked like Walmart on Black Friday. I'm telling you, man. They're basically ripping the doors off the hinges to get back there to that nacho bar.
how good are
And I was
nachos
one of
though?
them.
How good are nachos?
I haven't had like good nachos, Sam, like the whole, enchilada. Well, I haven't had one of those either. But I haven't had like a full nacho in a long time. I that sounds good to me right now.
I might make
Not right
some.
now,
I might
but-
make some nachos and watch a little bit of the Players Championship and some shooty hoops
If
today.
you do it right and you load it up, there is
And you can do so many different
It
things with
hits.
them. Like they can
So
be
versatile,
They can
yeah.
be Spanish nachos, like Mexican nachos. You can do barbecue nachos. I like to do. You can do Irish nachos where it's like you make like kettle chips and stuff, and like I don't know. You can just do so much stuff with them. I'm telling you, man, a good nacho. Mount Rushmore of vessels for me, I would say.
Vessels.
Well, I'm actually sending you a picture last night. Chef Scott shared the dining thing of the dining option of choice last night, and it was pulled pork nachos.
those are good.
That they had pulled pork from earlier in the week, and they made just look at that. Just look at this. It's absolutely amazing. I know you can't see it at home, but
Yeah.
man,
Believe me.
I can see it here. That's all
That's
that
See,
matters.
good.
that's the thing though, because for me at least with nachos, you need to have a good
Oh,
you
that
need to have
looks
a good surface area on each chip of the toppings.
Very important.
Very
you don't want
important
a naked
how you
chip.
disperse it. Yeah, you can't have a
Completely
naked
agree.
chip and then stuff gets
Hard to
buried
do halfway
underneath
below and down, but I need a lot of cheese. All right, I need sauce. All right, I don't like dry chips.
I like the freshness with all the cilantro apparently on here. That's what it is. I'm not a big bean person. I don't put beans on my nachos, but I would say
For good reason.
yeah. But I'm telling you, man, I've actually gotten big into like garnishing with like little scallion, well, excuse me, not scallion, like green onion, or like using parsley or cilantro and stuff like that.
If it's green, it's healthy.
Just that little bit, like it really like elevates anything you possibly make. Like, oh, you just put some chips and cheese, a little cilantro on there. Hey, you get a little freshness to it.
I love garlic and I love cheese.
a little cilantro.
I'm not.
A little cilantro
I'm not a
goes
big
long way,
cilantro
though.
guy.
Yeah, a little is good, but not like. There's one taco place we go to here. They literally it's like a cilantro taco. Slow it down. I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying?
I can eat all the cilantro.
Yeah, that's too
See
much.
now, if you're a fan of Anna Garten, she says don't even bring that stuff near this kitchen. She hates it.
Jeffrey can't have that.
Jeffrey can't have that.
No, Jeffrey will never get it because that will never make its way inside those four walls. Get it? No, indeed. She hates it. I do. I just don't like the taste. It's just got a weird taste.
Do you
to
taste
it.
like soap? BO? That's what normal people think it tastes like.
It
Really?
can't have a soapy taste. I could see how you get that feeling sometimes.
My dad despises it, but me and my mom, we like it.
Soapy.
It's a very sharp taste. It's a very intense, and it's just bleh.
I'm glad we're having this conversation today because I have a feeling tomorrow when I go to dinner at my sister's house, she's having some of our other friends over. And what usually happens is the ladies get together and they start talking about how they really need their husbands to eat a little bit better. Not because they need to lose weight or anything, but they'd like to have us around a little longer. You know what I mean? They have that conversation
Not
now
a
these
medicine,
days.
Pete. Jeez.
Listen, and so it's fine, and I appreciate it, but I'm going to get the kale discussion, and all that. Need a little bit more. And kale, listen, we've talked about this before the show. Kale is like cilantro to me. A little goes a long way. Kale, let's be honest, when it gets in your system, it's a grumpy traveler. Okay, let's just put it that way.
It's a leafy green. That's what they're supposed to do.
Understood. But that one in particular has got a little
too
more.
rigid.
It's got a little more roughness to it when it's making its way through the Pistol Pete system.
All you
So-
need is a little garnish. Like I said, you put something green on it, it's healthy.
Kale is a garnish. That's the problem. Now
Well,
we've gone to
for
eat
you.
garnishments.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing. I mean, you told us that that's what you used to use as a garnish in your days working at a restaurant. I don't remember that. So, listen, I'm basically, if you put it in front of me and it's cooked okay, I'll eat it. I mean, I'm not like, ugh, I don't want that. But yeah.
Listen, there are many other ways to get green intake than just kale.
Green
What
intake.
I mean is lettuce.
Yeah,
Okay, y'all. Lettuce. You've got
What kind of lettuce?
romaine.
yeah.
You've got. Shut up, Sammy.
romaine.
I don't need to eat kale. You know what? Just give me a head of iceberg lettuce. Let me
Iceberg.
rip that apart and let me go.
We go with the 50-50 spring mix
Yeah.
with the spinach in there. I like
Us
that
too.
because
Me too.
iceberg is good and romaine is good, but I don't know. There's just something else about like it looks kind of like leaves that you're eating there too, and you feel like a little bit more granola-y, I guess, when you're doing it.
Where you at on
Stuff in that
arugula?
Spring mix.
Of what?
What
is it?
The purple leafed.
It's like is that a cabbage in there? I don't
No,
know.
that's not purple.
Not cabbage, but yeah, I know what you mean, Baggy. Shelly buys that when
it's
she
in the
makes
spring
salads
mix.
here too. Yeah, it's spring mix. It's a spring mix.
I like an arugula. It's a little peppery.
Radicchio.
Oh, yes, that's it. Radicchio, Arugula. The bagman likes that so
Yes,
good.
the Arugula. The Arugula salad.
Radicchio is actually racing in the ARCA race this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Tonight, he and Frankie Munoz.
We are all over it today, guys.
We are. It's Friday. It's Friday, boys. It's just the best day of the week. And what a show we've got, Bagman. We have literally 10 pounds of kale in a 5-pound bag.
Yes.
a lot of kale, man. That's a lot of kale.
That's a ton of kale.
Well, it cooks down.
Oh,
It cooks down when you cook it, though.
All we need to make it even better is to have Cale Yarborough pick up the phone and call us this morning.
Hey,
Wouldn't have
866
Cale.
Bitley.
I will not turn that down. Kale's like, I'm not getting involved in this mess. Are you kidding me? I'm not going in there.
Talking
Those
nachos.
guys, nachos and buttons and kale and everything else and bears. Oh, my.
Coming up, bottom of the hour, we've got headline check number 1. We've also got the big weekend preview coming up after that. Top of the hour, we will engage in the Friday 4. And folks, you don't have to give us 4 when you call us. You can just give us 1. We're doing the Friday 4 because all of us are doing one thing only, or one ping only, as Ramius just told us.
One ping only, please.
So just give us one thing that you're watching coming up at the top of the hour. One thing you're going to monitor at 866 Pit Lane. Coming up at 8:50, we got the drum. We got the calendar. Coming up at around 9:30, we'll visit with Alex Hayden, who's getting up bright and early after a big Jimmy Buffett MRN concert outing last night. We got the week that was around 10 minutes to 10 Eastern. And then in the fourth and final hour, Tino Patino will be here with his best bets. We've got Wizard of Odds. We've got fantasy lineups. We've got picks, prop bets. We've got Monday headlines today, all coming your way here on this Friday, March the 10th, 2023, here on TMT, which is brought to you in part by our friends at Boot Barn. Boot Barn, proud supporters of the West.